Dudes, it is panic time. God damn it. What is up, guys? This is Cope, and this is what I'm dealing with right now. Right here, all these champs that you're seeing on the left of the screen, these are all champs that I'm looking to max up, okay? Or at least some of them, I guess, like the revivers, like Old Helmet Yorg, take up to level 50, right? We've got a hell of a lot of work to do, man. It was already bad enough. Then we got our hands on Drexthar and Yannica and Loki all like yesterday morning, right? And then we've got the Thor fusion coming up. Then we've got a guaranteed champion pull event as well for Freya. So that's going to be 2 more legendaries to add onto this list. And oh my god, I am panicking, man. There's just so much to do, man. There's just so many nades to grind up on here. I've already started as well on trying to grind up the masteries and stuff and get the mastery scrolls ready for at least some of these champs, mostly Androck, just the 2 mythical champs, of course, because they are both top of the list to get ready. But everybody else, this is just so much work, man. Oh my god, I feel like my account has reached the stage now where I am acquiring resources faster than I can max them out. I'm acquiring Giga Chad and new champions that I would love to take up to max level, but I just have so many to sort out. It's becoming crazy as hell. So dude, the TLDR is we've got to pick from this assortment of champions which one is going to help boost our account up the most. Which champs from these should I prioritize maxing up next? I think this is just a good exercise to do once every couple of weeks on your account, just to make sure that you're staying on track and you're progressing your account kind of maximally. Because as fun as it is to take a champ like, I don't know, King Garog, for example, and max him out just for the fun of it, most of the time, of course, you'll be maxing up champions that help your account progress in the most efficient way possible. And yeah, help you out in areas of the game where you are struggling. For me, that's going to be things like Iron Twins Fortress, Hydra, right? I need like a second Hydra team up and running as quick as possible. I could definitely strengthen up my Tag Arena teams as well as my Siege Battle teams as well. So, oh man, do we have a hell of a lot of decisions to make. But before that, Rek'Drath, don't you know, is absolutely a champion worth maxing out, and you can get it completely for free simply by signing up to Raid using the promo link down below, man. My promo link at the top of the video description is one of the best beginner promo links going. Not only do you get Rek'Drath when your account hits level 25, but you also get your hands on Tagore and just a bunch of starting freebies, man. So there you go, man. Sign up to Raid using that link, maybe create a new free-to-play account, you know, free-to-play adventure or something like that. Would be cool as hell, help to support the channel, and yeah, huge win-win with that promo link, boys. Alright, man, if this isn't dedication to the cause, I don't know what is, man. A tier list that I can take a screenshot of and just kind of save, right? Soulborn Boya, incredible in a stun set. She's got a sweet old attack all A1 that's going to help me out a hell of a lot in wave content and stuff like that. Rare secret rooms, Barbarian faction wars will be fine, but I've already got Archer Queen to help out with that. And so I think that Soulborn Boya is going to go into the nice to have category along with good old Archmage Helmet as well, where I think realistically secret rooms, faction wars, if it's a secret rooms and faction wars only champ, I think they've got to go in the nice to have category, and I need to kind of backburner them a little bit. That said, good old Pan, I think, would actually help me out into a couple of areas of the game. First of all, I have no actual nuker for my Sylvan Watchers faction, and Pan is an awesome epic tier nuker for the Sylvan Watchers, and so he actually just has an extra like oomph of value in that area of the game. Might also help out as well in a Tag Arena team or 2. That being said, maybe I just have some better legendary alternatives. I think I'll put them in the helps in 1 or 2 areas category just for the time being. Renegade is going to go in the nice to have. Sinesha, I think, is good enough to go into the helps in 1 or 2 areas. She might eventually come into use in either Hydra Team 2 or Team 3. I think that she's that good of a healer, as well as obviously being very good into other areas of the game as well. Grizzled Jarl, Dur, and probably Genbo, all gonna go to the nice to have. Genbo is really good, but as for the splash you would have on my account right now, ooh, I don't actually have any decent Void nukers. And so if it's like a Void only secret room, I don't really have any options for getting those done. Okay, I think Genbo's gonna go in the helps in 1 or 2 areas actually. Now I consider it a bit more. Good old Bellower, I'm gonna put at the top of this tier. Campaign Farmer, that's my plans for Bellower, and yeah, I could really... I'm still using Kale, for God's sake, and it's just slow. It's just cumbersome. Having a champ that could do that much more efficiently would be so nice. It's becoming a bit of a headache at this point. Still using Kale to slowly kill my way through all of the campaign tiers. Good old Deacon. Probably helps in a couple areas of the game. God, it would feel terrible to not have Duck in the helps in 1 or 2 areas. I love this champ so much. He's just real good, kind of everywhere. He's not a master of any area of the game, however, and so I think I've got to put him in the nice to have category, you know, which is kind of crazy as hell, but Dark Elhain is definitely going to... Ooh, does Dark Elhain actually make it into helps in key areas? Maybe. My Ice Golem clear is so slow. It's so slow, dude. Like, I'm clearing stage 20, but we're doing it very, very safely, put it that way. It's not a fast kill. I feel like she would help out a hell of a lot on that front. She'd also help out my Frost Spider kill speed as well. Decent nuker, faction wars, secret rooms, all of that kind of stuff. I think I'm going to put Dark Elhain as one of my higher priority champs. I think that Yorg is just a nice to have. You know what? I'm going to leave all the legendaries to the end real quick. Kerzad would actually help out into a couple of areas of the game as well, just because Iron Twins, very, very reliable decrease speed champ, as well as just being great into all wave content. And then Reliquary Tent is probably also just another nice to have. Okay, the legendaries, man. This is where it becomes a little bit controversial. Oh, Ugo also is definitely going to go into the helps in key areas. Probably at the top of this tier. He's going to be maxed up after, let's be real, the good old mythical champions are going to go into max ASAP. So those kind of speak for themselves. But yeah, Ugo is going to be very, very useful going into Hydra. Of course, he's going to be next on our list, I guess, after the max ASAP champs to max up. As for Yannicka, God, man, I'm not sure Yannicka helps us that much into that many. I mean, she's a great nuker, don't get me wrong. In fact, you know what? Dark Elhain's got to go here. Yannicka's got... I think they're about equal in the value that they'd actually bring to the account. Maybe there's something like that. Yannicka's just ahead of Dark Elhain. Loki, for me, I got to tell you the truth, is probably going to go somewhere like around here-ish. I'm not that mega excited to go ahead and max up Loki. I think he's going to be decent into Arena as a controller, but I need to see how else he performs in other people's teams, to be honest. I'm not super sold on... I'm not completely on the Loki train for the time being. He's just a little bit too single target. He's a little bit too micro heavy. Feels like he might be a bit better into live arena for me, as compared to just like auto battle, you know, classic arena and tag arena and that kind of thing. So I'll wait and see how it feels to play up against him. Everybody's going to be building him anyway, and so I'm going to hold off on Loki a little bit. He might get bumped up into sort of like the A tier, I suppose, but we'll wait to see on that one. Scored, I think I'm going to be actually prioritizing him quite hard, because again, I want to get that Hydra team number 2 up and running as quickly as I can. He's going to be an A, maybe even S tier Hydra DPS champ, and so I think I'm probably going to go ahead and focus him pretty hard. Fushan, dude. Fushan. I think he's going to be prioritized probably ahead of Yannicka, mostly because he has an aura for speed that's active in all battles, so he's going to help out in Siege as well as various arena teams. Brings stuns, brings damage. Just a really, really solid champ overall. As for Packmaster, I'm fine to leave him at level 50 for the time being. He's done a hell of a lot of work for us. He's been a great, great champ going into Hydra. His taunt is honestly great. Like, his taunt skill is so good. I feel like his block debuffs is great. Brings decreased defense on his AR1. But even at level 50, he's doing just fine. I don't feel any immediate need to take him up to max. And then that just leaves Drex. I think Drex is probably, for me at least, mostly just going to be used into Hydra. We're probably talking like a team 2 or a team 3. I already have Bivald maxed out as my provoker for Hydra team 2, so I don't think Drexler will make it into there, but for a team 3, he'll eventually move his way up the tier list, but I think for now, he's helps in 1 or 2 areas of the game, and it's going to be somewhat low priority. Okay, Clarity, boys. I think that's what we're going to be maxing out, and these guys are going to be next on the list to take up, closely followed by Bellower and Kerzad. Alright, so there is currently a champion training event active. I think that means that for me today, it's time to just blast as much food as I can possibly get my hands on. I've currently been restocking on my good old food champions just a little bit, and it's coming along quite nicely. We're getting a good amount of food champs in the bank to take a couple more 50s up to 60, which is great. Then after champ training, in fact, by the time that you're watching this video, there's probably going to be the Dungeon Divers event active, which means back into the time-limited dungeon to just farm as much pinpoint gear as humanly possible, get some easy points points from that. Honestly, the pinpoint set, particularly the accessories, feel so good. To me, they feel so versatile, useful on so many champs. Then after that, it is straight into Minotaur's Labyrinth, I suppose, which I don't know what the hell all these champs are doing in here. The lineup is probably going to look something a bit like, probably something a little bit like this, I suppose. Another big key as well is to start farming masteries on your champs before they hit level 60. Of course, this one kind of goes without saying, it's a mistake you make only once, right? But if you want to be as efficient as possible, you want to be farming your masteries before a champ has hit level 60 in Minotaur, right? So that way you're farming silver, experience, and their mastery scrolls all in one go, which is awesome. And just as a reminder, by the way, buying masteries with gems, while it is tempting to do, and I do it on occasion. I've done it with like a couple of champs to sort of behind the scenes and just haven't said anything about it, you know, because, oh god, it's just never the way to go. It costs 800 gems to buy masteries for a champ, whereas if you just spend those gems on energy refills and take the champs into Minotaur's Labyrinth to farm their masteries, then on average you spend about like 720 or 740 gems worth of energy to get the job done. So you actually spend less energy in terms of gems. You get silver, about like, I think it's 1 point something million or maybe 2 million silver or something per champion on average, depending on how many champions you're putting into the group, of course, to farm the masteries. And then you're getting the experience on top of that as well. So finding time for Minotaur's Labyrinth is a huge deal indeed. And for me, it's going to be after I'm done farming the event dungeon for the Dungeon Divers event. So probably sometime in the next like 4 days or something like that. I'm going to finally get around to that. I swear to God, I'll finally get around to that. I will find time for Minotaurs, man. We must. And God, I also need to go ahead and forge some new Slayer gear, man, because as much as I like Rathalos' damage, he's absolutely smacking. He is slow, dude. That is way too slow, man. Oh my god. We need something of a rebuild on good old Rathalos, man, to fix this speed issue. At least bump it up by like a 20 or something. Just to start to, just to get him to like a decent starting point at least. His damage is great, but everything else, oi. And alright, man, that is my account where it currently stands. I think we're doing pretty great with the champs that we've maxed out so far. Good old Bivald as well is kind of ready to go too, so looking forward to using him. And that is my plans for all of my upcoming level 60 champs, all of the stuff that I want to max out next. And I'm glad that I did this, because now I have just a handy little tier list image that I can refer to at any time and kind of keep myself on track with what I'm maxing out next. Oh my god. Panic over. The grind goes on. Hey, hope you guys did enjoy this one. Just a bit of a video diary for you guys today, man. Just sharing some account progress and all that stuff. So, hey, something a little bit different. Hey, man, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and use promo code GameLeap to get your hands on a free energy refill, 10 free experience brews, and 100,000 silver. It helps to support the channel quite a bit. And if you've already used code GameLeap, make sure to go ahead and share it with your clanmates as well. And just help your bros out a little bit. Alright, man. The grind goes on. Got a hell of a lot still to get to. Lots of keys still to spend today as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. Good luck on your endeavors. I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.